self purification. So what is the self purification is, first we'll see what is the natural stream. So the natural stream is the flowing of the water, or the movement of the water in the rivers, or any ponds. That is called as a natural stream. The self purification by this natural stream means the purification is being carried out by the natural streams, that is by through rivers or ponds, or any other water bodies. So such streams are being known as the purification of the water, which is being carried out by the water bodies, by the naturally. So that is known as self purification of the natural bodies or natural streams. So stream, that is nothing but movement of the water will takes place. In such cases, the self purification of the wastewater will be carried out. So in this the wastewater, the effluent which is being discharged to the natural streams. So these natural streams, the organic matter whatever which is being presented in the wastewater, so that will be broken down. So that will be break down into a smaller by the smaller particles by the bacteria, to ammonia, or by the ammonia and the nitrates and the sulfides and the carbon dioxide, etc. So whatever the waste pollutants which has been presented in the whatever the which has been presented in the wastewater, that will be breakdown. So in this process, the process of the oxidation, the whatever the dissolved oxygen, so dissolved oxygen there which has been presented in the water, so the in the natural water, that will be utilized, and for this process. Due to this, the deficiency of the dissolved oxygen which has been presented in the water, that will be reduced to the greater extent. So whatever the water which has been required for the aquatic plants or animals, for algae, bacteria, will be reduced. So in order to for the basic requirement of for the aquatic plants or animals, so the dissolved oxygen will get decreased. But in this process, whatever the waste which has been there on the wastewater, that will be reduced. So due to this deficiency or dissolved oxygen which has been created, the excess which has been organic matter which has been presented in the water, that will be stabilized. This normal cycle will be re-established by a process, or by re-established by the process is known as the self purification process. It is known as self purification process. So this self purification process will be done naturally. So there is no additional any reagents or any chemicals is not required. So that is what the importance of this self purification. Usually, especially in the rural areas, so they will not treat the water. So what they will do, they will directly send the wastewater to the streams or any rivers. So there this purification, so this purification will be done by the naturally by the this way natural streams. So that's why the reason of allowing the wastewater to the stream is whatever the wastewaters are there, so that will be self purified by the natural water. So that's why the water will be allowed to the natural streams of the water. So what is the amount, what is the amount of the water which is been allowed? That depends upon the amount of the pollutant which has been presented in the water, and the amount of the natural bodies, the whatever the natural bodies are there. So what is the amount that can be, it can able to take. So based on that, the amount of the wastewater can be allowed to the natural streams. So that is what the that's why the wastewater which is being allowed to the stream of the water. So whatever the actions which is being involved in the self purification of the wastewater, in this also the stables, whatever the stable byproduct of the oxidation which has been mentioned, so that is been utilized by the plants and the algae to produce the carbohydrates and the oxygen. So this whatever the water quality standards are being, that is based upon the maintenance and the some of the minimum dissolved oxygen, which dissolved oxygen concentration. Based on that, the oxygen standard concentration which is will protect the natural cycle in the stream, while they taking the advantage of its natural capacity. So whatever the action which is involved in the self purification of the physical and chemical biological, that I will explain in detail in the next video.